Respected pioneers, members of our global community, and dear friends. Hello everyone. Today, as I stand at this intersection of transformation and opportunity at the dawn of 2026, my heart is filled with profound emotion. Reflecting on the past year, since Pi Network officially launched open trading on February 20th, 2025, we have collectively journeyed through 10 milestone months. In this rapidly shifting digital era, we have not only witnessed the liquidity and value anchoring of Pi in global markets, but have also seen a digital nation built upon 60 million real humans steadily evolve from a grand blueprint into reality. Today, I speak to you not only as a co-founder of Pi Network, but also through the lens of a scholar focused on social computing and human autonomy. This is more than a prediction report on the AI development in 2026. It is an action manifesto on how we shall defend the autonomy of human civilization. We are currently in a turning point where artificial intelligence is fully penetrating every facet of productivity. AI is no longer just a supplementary tool. It has reached the capillaries of the global economy, from automated legal contract reviews and self-optimizing industrial supply chains to autonomous trading algorithms driven by AI. However, this unprecedented explosion of productivity brings a deep and urgent question. When the production levels of machines surpass the sum of human output, where will human labor and autonomy go? Current AI development shows an extreme centralization of power, with top-tier models and computational power monopolized by a tiny handful of tech giants. If this trend continues, future wealth distribution will depend entirely on who owns the computation, while the vast majority of humanity may fall into the status of digital proletarians. Simultaneously, with the proliferation of generative artificial intelligence, AIGC, authentic information on the internet, is being submerged by a flood of AI-generated content, leading to a collapse of the social trust system due to the frailty of digital identities. This is the ultimate sociological significance of Pi Network. We are not merely creating a cryptocurrency. We are building a decentralized safe harbor for humanity against systemic risks. In this process, blockchain technology, specifically the massive social network built by Pi, provides the key mechanism to address these AI challenges. Many once questioned why Pi Network was so persistent about real identity verification, KYC. Today, in 2026, the answer is crystal clear. While AI can easily forge hundreds of millions of virtual social accounts, Pi Network's 60 million verified real users represent the most precious trust mine in the global digital economy. It is the world's largest anti-fraud human network. This moat not only protects our ecosystem, but also provides the sole benchmark for human verification for future AI applications. Through blockchain, we can ensure that the gains brought by artificial intelligence no longer flow solely into the pockets of giants. Within the Pi ecosystem, every contribution, whether it is running a node, labeling data, or developing ecosystem applications, is recorded via a transparent ledger and rewarded. This provides a practical social model for machines creating wealth, humans sharing dividends. To realize the vision of safeguarding human autonomy, our infrastructure must complete the comprehensive transition from a transaction network to a production network. In 2026, currently, Pi Network has over 350,000 active nodes. In the past 6 months, through our open mind strategy, we have successfully integrated the idle computational power of these distributed nodes into a decentralized AI training and inference framework. This means that while Silicon Valley giants are fighting over expensive, centralized compute clusters, Pi Network is utilizing the distributed power of global household computers to build an AI production model that belongs to ordinary people. This computational equality is the key to defending human autonomy. If computation is the grain of the future, then every pioneer running a Pi node is tilling the digital soil for themselves and their community. In my core philosophy, true value does not come from the flickering numbers on an exchange, but from utility. By 2026, Pi Network has formed a closed-loop utility mechanism. Developers need Pi to pay for decentralized computation. Pioneers use Pi to exchange for real goods in the Pi chain mall. And AI agents must use Pi as the underlying fuel when performing tasks in the Pi ecosystem. On the path of growth, we have inevitably encountered storms. I have previously spoken in detail about the legal proceedings involving social chain. I want to emphasize once more, any great project aimed at changing the world must undergo the baptism of mainstream society. Facing civil disputes regarding communication compliance, we have never retreated, These lawsuits are essentially a sign of Pi Network's transition from a tech experiment to global mainstream infrastructure. Only projects with true global influence are placed under the microscope. We maintain extremely rigorous financial management and a professional legal team. This external noise, food, cannot shake the underlying architecture of Pi Network, nor can it touch the security of our pioneers' assets. In 2026, it is precisely because of our early persistence that Pi Network has become one of the most compliant decentralized networks in the world. This gives us a trust advantage that other anonymous public chains cannot match when collaborating with mainstream banks and AI research institutions. Based on current progress, I offer several key predictions for the coming year. First is the arrival of the agentic economy. By the end of 2026, more than half of the transactions on Pi Network will be conducted by AI agents. These AI will automatically purchase compute power, lease storage, or exchange ecosystem services based on their owners' needs. Because Pi Network offers extremely low transaction costs and extremely high authenticity guarantees, Pi will become the preferred medium of exchange for these silicon-based lives. Second is a transformation from social media to a social economy. Traditional social platforms are in decline because they exploit user data. In Pi Network, 60 million users are not just socializing. They are collectively governing an economy. In the coming year, we will see new types of social applications built on Pi that use AI to automatically match supply and demand, achieving true distribution according to contribution. Finally, there is the deep integration of fiat currencies and digital assets. As Pi Network opened for trading in 2025, in 2026, we will see Pi become a legal payment option or collateral asset in more countries, especially in regions with unstable fiat currencies. Pi Network will serve as the last line of defense for local citizens to protect their financial autonomy. This integration is not just at the payment level, but at the sovereign level. When AI-driven productivity no longer respects national borders, we need a value anchor that is equally cross-border and supported by the collective consensus of the global population. Pi Network is the physical realization of that anchor. We are building a global productivity operating system that can bridge silicon-based and carbon-based civilizations, balancing efficiency with fairness. In the second half of 2026, we plan to further open our node APIs, allowing more third-party AI developers to deploy models directly on Pi's decentralized network without worrying about being cut off by centralized cloud providers. This will be the first time in human history that ordinary people can participate in the most advanced scientific and productivity competition directly through their own computing devices. Respected pioneers, through this 6-year marathon, we have heard countless ridicules and faced all manner of skepticism. Some said we were too slow, others said we were selling a dream. But I tell you today, true greatness never needs to compromise for short-term emotions. If we simply wanted to create a speculative project, we could have launched the coin 4 years ago. But we chose the hardest path, first cultivating a real community, then building real identity, and finally, excavating real utility. This strategic constancy has allowed us to stand firmly at the crest of the wave as the AI tide rushes in rather than being swallowed by it. Everything we do now, every click, every node, every transaction, is a vote for human autonomy. In an era where AI might make humans seem redundant, Pi Network is proving that real human connection is the eternal anchor of the digital world. We must remain vigilant against forces that seek to turn AI into a tool of absolute dominance, and against those who would pervert blockchain into a mere casino. Pi Network is a gentle but firm revolution. We use KYC to ensure human dignity, decentralized nodes to ensure the freedom of computation, and the ecosystem mall to ensure the right of utility. This trinity is our ultimate shield against future uncertainty. In the days ahead, the core team will continue to move forward in the dark, lighting the torch to guide your way. We do not promise overnight wealth, but we promise a future where everyone can find their place and everyone can share in the dividends of technology. The larger the waves, the farther our ship shall sail. Having moved beyond the noise, we have finally reached the dawn. Pi Network is not the success of one person. It is the crystallization of the collective wisdom of 60 million pioneers. Let us continue to uphold our human-centric, original intention, and in this silicon age, together guard the last acre of land belonging to humanity. Thank you all. Keep building. We will see you on the mainnet.